Alright, welcome to the finale of Shadow of the Colossus. It went by so quickly, didn't it? As this is the final video, we will get a cinematic to open us up. To open us up? What does that even mean? What am I talking about? That door opening noise always sounds like the opening a door sound in like Ocarina of Time. If you've never played this game before or seen this video, or yeah, if you've never played this game before or seen this game, like watched a video on it, and you're watching this video, you're gonna be so confused. There's gonna be so much WTF going on, and that's why I'm gonna explain most of this game in the credits. So, not most of the game. I'm gonna explain all the stuff that I know about, and all the stuff that can be explained. Because I do realize that this game can be kind of confusing. Well, if you say so. I wish I knew how to speak this gibberish language. And this is one of the few times where we actually see how Wander gets back to the worship shrine. Not really. We get to see kind of like the beginning of it, and we can kind of fill in the pieces ourselves. And there's that song from the last video that I said I really liked, and it only appears like once more. Pretty sure that's the only other time. But you can see Wander kind of getting brought up into the sky. We can only assume that Dorman kind of warps him back by, I don't know, taking control of his body and bringing him back. But that's weird, right? Dorman taking control of Wander's body? That's a little weird. Kind of absurd. And I don't know why there's no subtitles for this gibberish. I'm assuming it's just some sort of like fake prayer that they have. And yep, Wander's back. And if you haven't figured it out yet, these shadows are obviously supposed to be the manifestations of the Colossi that you've killed. Hence, Shadow of the Colossus. And this is just another one of those scenes where you really gotta feel sorry for Wander. Poor guy just wanted his woman back. Why didn't we get a crossbow? Oh, Wander, taking arrows to the knee before it was cool. No lollygagging. This guy's kind of a giant doucher, but I'll get to that later. Oh, poor Wander. Well, it looks like Dorman didn't hold up his end of the bargain. Seems we've been bamboozled. And here's where things start to get a little crazy. And now I will introduce you to Dorman.
Ikuka order.
And now we get to play as Dorman. Playing as Dorman, it's fun, but it's not nearly as fun as it should be. He controls kind of bad. He has some cool attacks that he can do, but I've never, ever killed anyone with them. I don't think I've once successfully landed a killing blow on anyone. He's got a lot of cool things he can do. He can jump, which, I mean, isn't that cool, but he can stomp people with his fist. He can walk forward, but who can't do that in a video game? If you do the same thing that makes aggro kind of do that fast start, which is press back and triangle at the same time, he will fire a laser out of his mouth, which is awesome. Yeah, there's no real like use doing anything here except just kind of fooling around as Dorman, because there's really nothing you can do. I'm pretty sure this is scripted. I'm pretty sure everyone's supposed to get out, but I don't know. I'm gonna look up a video later, see if anyone's ever killed Dorman, because I'm sure. I mean, if anyone's ever killed someone as Dorman, because I'm sure it's possible, but I've just never done it. Because he moves so slowly, and everyone else is just so tiny that it's kind of hard to get a good shot in on anyone. Yeah, we got one more bit of gameplay left before this game's pretty much done. I'd like to think that that screaming was Dorman in the background. Or it was just the music, I really don't know. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure that screaming is Dorman.
You called this.
Yeah, I think it's a little weird that the beginning and end of the game are the only points in the game where there's really actual story, like, being presented to you. There's a lot of story in the game. Again, I'm gonna get to that when I get to it during the credits, but There's a lot actually going on, and you can hear the, you know, you just kill a Colossus song being played as Dorman's being sucked into this portal here, which I think is pretty neat. And now we are back to being Wander. So here you can control Wander. You're still being sucked into the portal thing. You can actually make it pretty far up to the beginning, or the front of this little, you know, temple here. I've made it pretty damn close to mono before. I've never made it to mono. You probably can, but I've never done it. Just keep hopping. That's my strategy here. I mean, there's no real strategy because you're supposed to lose. You're supposed to get sucked in. It's scripted, but, you know, it's fun to see how far you can make it. And yeah. There's going to be a point where you just keep, like somersaulting like that. Where you're just going to keep being brought backwards. And now let's just walk into it. But I'm going to keep tripping because that sucks. There's also something else that you can do to, you know, wait the time out a little bit more. Cause I think you get an achievement or a trophy for, like seeing how long you can last without being sucked in. I think it's like a minute or so. But if you hold on to the stairs, they will, you know, support you for a while. And that's that. But wait, there's more. And now the bridge that Wander came in on is now being destroyed. Meaning, even if anyone was left alive, there's no way that they would be able to get out. So I guess it's a good thing everyone's dead then. And there's the song from the very beginning of the game. Oh, looks like Dorman held up on his end of the bargain after all. Even though he didn't quite get what he wanted. Which brings me to my first point, I guess. I don't think Dorman is a bad guy. I think Lord Iman is. That's the guy with the owl face. But Lord Iman comes in and kind of scolds Wander like, "Oh, Dorman is a bad guy. We sealed him in this land for a reason." And the Colossus were actually just the essences of Dorman. They locked his essence, his physical being, into the Colossus. And the tentacles that kept getting us at the end were his essence. And they would kind of go into us. So when we got all of them, that is what, you know, transformed us into Dorman. And I honestly just think that Dorman was wronged here. He was probably locked up because the people thought he was too powerful. And, oh, what is that? Is that aggro? Better not be. Oh, it is. But yeah, I think that Dorman just kind of wanted to get out, and Lord Amon just kind of was like, LOL, no. Which is kind of sucky. But the way I see it, Dorman can't really be that evil of a person if he brought Mono back to life. Because there's no real reason. He failed at what he wanted to do. Wander is dead. And, you know, he didn't have to bring Mono back, but he did. At least that's my theory. There's a lot of people seem to think that. You know, Dorman is the good guy and Lord Amon is the bad guy. But same case can be made for the other way around. You know, Dorman is too powerful. He needed to be locked up or sealed away, and Lord Amon was just assuring that. But I honestly don't think that Dorman is a bad guy. Also, the credits play over footage of the dead Colossi. There is more story, so stick around. Yeah, the tentacles, like, it's very subtle way of storytelling throughout the entire game. Like, once you play it again, you kind of get a better sense of, oh, those tentacles were Dorman, okay. Which I think is really neat. Again, there are some things I can't explain, like I don't know how Wander keeps getting back to the worship shrine. I don't know why exactly Dorman was sealed away. We don't know exactly if Lord Amon was a good guy or a bad guy. And there's certainly going to be another thing that I just have no clue what the hell it is about. And we'll get to that very shortly. And again, I think Lord Amon is a dick because he destroyed the bridge. Like, now that we know Mono and Aggro are alive, Mono could have easily just ridden Aggro, you know, along the bridge and gotten out of the area. But nope, he's got to destroy it because he's a big dick face. But yeah, I guess I'll talk about my feelings about this game before we get to more story stuff. This is such a great game. I mean, it balances the like the storytelling and gameplay, because again, the storytelling is more in the game than it is in cutscenes, which is really neat. And it's one of those games that allows you to formulate your own opinion on what happened. Like, you know, I could go talk to someone else and, you know, say, hey, I think Dorman was a good guy. And then that person will say, I think Lord Amon was a good guy. And, yeah, that's what I really like about games like this. That, you know, you can have a completely different opinion of the story than someone else. And like I said, there's still a little bit more story to be had in this game. Fighting the Colossus is a lot of fun. There's only like 2 or 3 that I really don't enjoy fighting. And the rest of them are awesome. I love them. Graphically, I still think this game looks pretty good. It doesn't look amazing, but it looks good for the time that it came out. Oh, this guy sucks. Go suck a dick, Iman. I heard him say the word dick. That wasn't funny, but I heard him say it. And now this part I don't like, just because they have to show Mono and Aggro walking so slowly. Because as you can tell, Aggro has a broken hoof. Or leg, I guess. And, you know, she's limping all over the place. And they, for some reason, feel like they had to show a lot of them walking. Yeah, I also really like the subtle kind of change in Wander's appearance throughout the game. Like, he would get, like, dirtier and darker, his hair color changes. And then there's this. This is the one thing I cannot explain. Like, I understand what it is, but I don't understand why. This baby is very heavily implied to be Wander. Because he's got the horns that Wander did, you know, have at the end of the game. If you were to press the triangle button, you can actually make the baby cry. Again, making it like you're controlling the baby, therefore the baby is Wander. So, yeah, I know that it is. I know that the baby is Wander. I just don't know why he's a baby. Because again, I'm pretty sure Dorman was the one that brought Wander back to life. But I don't know why he couldn't just bring him back as an adult, like he did with Mono. I don't understand. It's so confusing. Why is Wander a baby? But this apparently leads into Eco. Like, the baby Wander looks very similar to the race of people that are in the game Eco, because they've got, like, horns and stuff. And apparently, like, Wander was the first people in that race of people. So, I don't know. If you've played Eco, I guess that's kind of neat. Because this game was supposed to be a sequel to Eco. I think it was called, like, Nico or something like that. Hey, Nico, let's go bowling! But yeah, it was supposed to be a sequel to Eco. A Seco? Yep, there we go. These are the jokes, people. Actually, this area that Mono and Aggro are in, you can actually get to in-game. But you have to have a grip meter that's, like, ridiculously large. Because you have to climb up the worship shrine to get here. So yeah, there's that. Do we really need to be looking at Aggro's butt right now? And I kind of wish we got to know more about, like, what Mono is thinking right now. Like, she's not thinking, like, oh, hey, my boyfriend person is a baby now. Okay, I'm in an area that I don't know what it is. Okay, here's a horse. Okay, let's climb up the top of this building. There's a bunch of animals up here. Okay. Like, she's not questioning anything. And I guess the game ends on kind of a happy note, but also kind of not. Like, you know, maybe they made their way out, and this song is beautiful that plays right now. It's definitely the best way to end this game. This song is absolutely beautiful. But yeah, thanks for watching. It's been a lot of fun. And my next game is Metal Gear Solid 3. So look forward to that. And I will leave you on this bird and this awesome music. So see you next time.